If you have a teen with ADHD and ever wondered if medication is the right choice, I'm here to tell you there's only one reason they should be on medication. I know that sounds bold, and I also know that this can be a very complex and emotional topic. My goal isn't to oversimplify it, but it's to give you clarity. As a pediatrician who's worked with hundreds of teens with ADHD, there's a simple metaphor I like to use that helps parents visualize where ADHD medication helps and where it doesn't. Whether or not your ADHD teen is currently taking medication, this video will help you gain confidence in how to think about medication in a grounded, informed way, all without guilt, pressure, or fear. My name is Dr. Michael Chayati, aka Dr. Michael. I'm a pediatrician helping parents of emotionally sensitive teens with ADHD to rebuild connection and instill confidence through shared language of intuitive, science-backed frameworks. So let's dive in. Here's the metaphor. Imagine your teen is on a road trip towards a confident, capable version of themselves. 3 things determine how that trip goes. They need a destination to go towards, they need a vehicle to get there, and driving skills to operate the vehicle. Your teen's destination is their motivation and purpose. Your teen's vehicle is their brain and body's capacity, that is, their physical and mental health. And your teen's driving skills are their executive function, their ability to start and complete tasks. Now here's the key idea, and this is where medication fits. ADHD medication primarily supports the vehicle. I'll explain what that means and address common misunderstandings. There's a line I like to say to parents and teens. You can't medicate to motivate. Medication cannot give your teen a reason to care about school. It can't give them purpose, values, or meaning. If a teen has no destination to believe in, medication won't create one. A second line I like to say is, a pill is not a skill. Medication cannot teach you how to break a task into steps, or how to pace yourself, or how to get back on track when drifting off course. These are learned skills, which can be practiced over time. Let's zoom in on the vehicle and discuss how medication fits in this analogy. Imagine the ADHD brain like a car radio stuck between stations. There's music trying to come through, but there's also static and snippets of random conversations happening all at once. So when someone says, hey, just focus, it's like saying, try harder to hear the music, but you don't have any way to turn down that excess noise. So what does medication do? Medication provides a fine-tuned control of that radio dial. With the ability to filter out that excess noise, focus now becomes less exhausting. And for many emotionally sensitive ADHD teens with deep feelings, some parents actually discover medication also helps them to regulate emotions. Their nervous system isn't trying to juggle 3 different radio stations at the same time, and it therefore frees up more capacity for their brain and body to function. Here's an important point to consider. Even though medication mainly supports the vehicle, the destination and the driving skills all affect one another. Let me show you what I mean with 2 brief examples from clinic. First example, I worked with a teen who had been on medication for years, but she didn't like how it made her feel. We realized the biggest issue wasn't her vehicle anymore. It was her destination. She just didn't see the point of school. We also worked on her driving skills, how to start homework, how to pace herself, how to adjust when she got stuck. Once those pieces were in place, and with greater self-awareness, she was eventually able to come off medication and still do very well in school. She was happy, and I was happy for her. Second example, I also worked with a young teen whose mother wanted to avoid medication if at all possible. We tried strategies, practiced skills, but despite his efforts, school kept wearing him down and his motivation started to drop. After a thorough evaluation over several visits, I told his mother, I actually think he would greatly benefit from medication. I reassured her that this is not a failure, because now we have more clarity. We decided to start medication, and he thrived. Grades went up, he felt more confident, mom was happy, teachers were happy. And here's the fascinating thing. His motivation for school actually increased. But wait, you can't medicate to motivate, right? In essence, yes, but this is where having a well-functioning vehicle can make it easier to imagine a destination worth driving toward. From these 2 powerful stories, you can see how a simple metaphor can add so much clarity when it comes to medication and beyond. Now, from the parents I've spoken to, there are a variety of opinions when it comes to medication. The goal of this isn't to be pro or anti-medication. Rather, medication is a tool, and like any tool, it has to be used thoughtfully and effectively. I cannot tell you whether your teen with ADHD should be on medication or not. That's a conversation between you, your teen, and their doctor. But what I can provide is how to think of complex topics in a way that brings clarity and understanding, because understanding is empowering. And this is why I use frameworks that are simple and intuitive on the surface, yet deep in their implementation and application. I would love to know what you think of this metaphor. Obviously, no analogy can fully explain every situation with all the nuances, But if a big picture understanding moves you from feeling a sense of guilt, pressure, or fear around this topic towards feeling a greater sense of confidence and clarity, that's a win. If you found this video helpful, I would encourage you to take a look at other videos such as this one on the screen, which explores your teen's destination and uses a framework to discover what already motivates your teen and how to apply that to homework and other life responsibilities. All right, my friend, stay hopeful and encouraged, and I'll talk to you soon.